At this time, I skipped over one behind me, and I'd like to introduce her as one, not only as one of our speaker for this afternoon, but also as one of our graduates, one of our students, and one of the people that we've come to love and to work with closely at Flint Hills Technical College. Sarah, can you stand up? Sarah May, ladies and gentlemen. Sarah is finishing her Associate of Applied Science degree in Business Administrative Technology, and she is from Esther. Sarah started at Flint Hills Technical College in the fall of 2008 and is graduating today with highest honors. She is a member of the National Technical Honor Society and was a student intern in our Student Services office. Sarah is already employed with security benefits in Topeka. She hopes to be hired on into a full-time position there as an account service representative soon. During her summers, she spends her time as a camp counselor for a Bible camp in Hutchinson. Sarah has spent a lot of time, that's the written part of the introduction, but she has spent a lot of time working in the student services area. We've been very proud of her efforts and the type of training that she's received out of the Business Administrative Technology program. And her instructors should be real proud of her efforts and the skills that she's learned. Ladies and gentlemen, one of our graduates, one of our own, Sarah May.
Get up there, don't you, honey?
I got it.
A few weeks before I started my classes at Flint Hills Technical College, I remember sitting down with my grandfather and telling him that I was nervous about starting college. He just looked at me and said, "You know what? You have nothing to worry about. As long as you work hard and you be smart about the choices you make, you're going to be all right." And it got me to thinking, be smart. What does he mean exactly? Well, I believe he meant be smart about my choices in education, careers, and everyday living. Since then, I've taken what my grandfather said to heart. And I can honestly say that I have learned a lot about the importance of making smart choices. In education, I already made a smart choice by choosing Flint Hills Technical College, and you have as well. The next smart choice I made was choosing my major in Business Administrative Technology. I knew I could be good at it, and I would succeed. And if you decide to further your education, take the time to think about your major, and whether or not you want to continue studying it. After all, you don't necessarily have to be good at something to major in it. That's what the training is for. And if you're willing to work hard at it, then by all means, go for it. Several months went by, and before I knew it, I had completed my first year. Within that year, I picked up on a couple of decisions I made that weren't very smart. The first one, laziness. My advice to you is to learn to avoid it entirely, especially in homework. Waiting until the last minute to finish an assignment only brings on stress that could easily be avoided. The next one is getting in the habit of arriving to class precisely on time. Doing so is not only respectful, but it also prepares you for the work environment. Employers notice the people who arrive on time, and it strengthens your reliability. The final decision in education is learning to be respectful toward your instructors and your fellow students. The instructors, as well as the faculty, they're all here for one reason, and that is to make sure that you get the best educational experience with them. They devote a lot of time and effort into doing that very thing, and they deserve your utmost respect. And your fellow students, like you, have decided to further their education in something they care about. And that's admirable. Treat them the same way you want to be treated. If you expect to be respected, then you have to give it as well. And these smart choices of avoiding laziness, arriving on time, and being respectful are also appropriate for the work field. There are several choices that need to be made involving your career, but there are a couple of choices I've used along the way that have helped greatly. The first one is choosing to be patient. The job can be tough, and there may come a time where you just want to give up. But trust me, if you learn to have patience, the time for you to have a job will come. Really, just stick with it. When you begin the process of job hunting, interviews are going to come up. Something that always helps me in interviews is self-confidence. When you learn to have confidence in who you are as a person, and as well as confidence in the work that you do, employers will take notice of that. And if you're met with an opportunity that you aren't necessarily looking for, but is related to your field, never say never to it. Don't feel you have to turn something down because it isn't what you expected. Think of it as an opportunity to learn and gain experience. And remember, it's a good way to get your foot in the door of a good company. And once you obtain that job, remember to always work hard in every task that you're assigned. And also remember that it never hurts to take the initiative and go the extra mile. Something as little as taking out the trash can boost your reliability with your employer as well as potential employers. They're going to think to themselves, if this person is dedicated in something as simple as this, imagine what they could do in a higher position. The final point I'd like to talk about is the everyday choices that we're met with. The best possible thing you can do for yourself and those around you is to keep a good attitude in every situation. It makes you approachable, and you never know how it's going to help each and every person you come in contact with. The power of a simple smile can go a long way. The next choice is probably the hardest for me, and that is to think of others before myself. In this life, it's not all about you. The people around you matter just as much and have every right as you do. In education, careers, whatever it is you do on a daily basis, it requires you to interact with people. And learning to be helpful and to serve others before yourself is a trait that benefits you in the long run. It's not easy. In fact, it's extremely hard. But the more you do it, the easier it becomes. Choosing to be smart in these everyday choices becomes habit over time. And you'll find yourself applying these in future education, future jobs, automatically, the more you do them. In conclusion, life in general requires a lot of decision making. And those decisions shouldn't be made carelessly. But even the smallest choice of keeping a good attitude or helping someone with a job is more powerful than you think. I know in my personal life, it hasn't been easy, but I'm one to give credit where credit is due. I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And I'm thankful to Him, and He's used Flint Hills Technical College for me to be successful. And I want to thank you all for the training I've received, as well as the confidence I've gained while learning with you. I'd like to leave you with this challenge. Keep your chin up and a smile on your face during these life's decisions. And you will see the difference it makes on yourself and those around you. And remember to keep in mind that a little confidence goes a long way. So here's a confidence booster. Congratulations, class of 2010, you graduated. You've successfully earned your diploma, your certificate, or your degree with honor. Now go out there and let's see what you can do with it. Thank you.
Yes, she did.
Sarah, thank you very much. That was great. You did a great job. You did a great job for us.